Hi everyone. Today I've got a little question that I would like to ask all of you. How many of you feel that you've been doing a lot of appointments, you've been meeting a lot of people, you've been talking to people about the business, about the product, and you feel that you've done a really good presentation, but you're just not doing the closing? People are not buying, people are not signing up. How many of you feel that? Now, if you feel that, I just want to ask you a very simple question. Are you actually doing following up? Are you following up? Okay, because why? Most closing are not done during the first appointment. Actually, there are a lot of studies that shows that 10% of closing are done on the third appointment. And there are different studies, different statistics, but majority of the statistics says that 80% of the closing are done between the 5th and the 12th appointment. So in other words, follow-up is actually instrumental to closing. So are you actually doing follow-up? Okay, it's actually amazing. When I say that, most of you would have known it. I mean, most people know that follow-up is instrumental, yet people don't do it. They either don't do it or they give up after the first and the second follow-up. Okay, so and what are the common reasons or common excuses that people usually give me when they don't follow up? The number one most common reason would be, I forgot. Hilda, I forgot. Okay, that would be the one reason, I forgot. It's appalling, right? You take the time to look for these people and you forgot to follow up. Okay, and the number two reason is, I don't want to be too pushy. I know my friends, and I don't want him to feel that I'm trying to sell him some products. And the number three reasons would be, I know my friend very well, he won't buy. I know my friend very well, he won't do the business not suitable for him. I just got him out for the appointment because I just wanted to do the appointment, but I know him too well. Okay, and the fourth reason is probably, I don't know how. Okay, so I just want to talk a little bit about these reasons. If we all know that follow-up is really important, then we got to know how, right? We got to find out how to follow up, because without following up, the chances of closing is less than 10%. Okay, so let's look at how do we address this, how to follow up. Okay, number one, if you keep forgetting to follow up, okay, you got to set a schedule. Are you actually are you actually filling up your workbook, your worksheets? Do you actually have a schedule? Do you have a notebook to actually list down all the people that you have spoken to? That's really important. Okay, and the normal follow-up rule will be the first follow-up within 72 hours, the second follow-up 10 days later, the third follow-up probably between the 20th and the 30th day. That will be the most common one. Okay, that will be at least your first to the third follow-up, and then from there you take it on. Okay, so if you keep forgetting, you got to set up your workbook. You got to set up your schedule for following up. Okay, the second reasons about being too pushy. There's a fine line between being too pushy and to actually find out whether your friend is really interested, whether your friend wants more information, whether you can help your friend by clearing his doubts that he has after listening to you. Okay, so you got to find out that it's not about being pushy. It's about giving information. It's how you position yourself. Okay, so how do you actually follow up? Well, there are lots of ways actually. The most common ways is to give your friend a call and ask him directly, how was the appointment? After I've spoken to you, did you manage to read the article that I sent you? Or I've got some article on hands now that I'm going to pass to you. And I also like to have something that I can give to my friends so that we can meet up. For example, I can say that, hey, when we talked about it and you mentioned this, and I've actually got the article that you wanted, can I drop by, to show it to you? Or I have actually worked out the plan, maybe your friend was, looked enthusiastic. I've actually worked out the plan, maybe I can go through it with you and see how we can actually help you get started. Okay, or hey, I've actually looked at your figure, and I feel that there are ways that we can really help you, okay, to actually get your health back to its best stage, and I would like to meet up with you to actually go through that. So there are lots of ways, okay, or you can even drop an article, send some new information and tell them that, I've just sent you some new information, okay, if you can have a look at it, and I'll meet up with you the next day. So there are lots of ways to follow up. Okay, don't believe don't believe it. Don't believe yourself when you say that you know your friend very well, because there are too many cases where we have actually done closing for people who believe they know their friend very well, and they usually become really surprised that their friend you actually bought, or their friend actually came into the business, and they felt that, wow, I didn't expect him to come in, or I didn't expect him to buy, okay, because you don't know your friend very well. Okay, so closing is a matter of getting used to. It's a habit that you build, and closing is not just done before the person, follow-up is not just done before the person comes in. It's done even after the closing. Okay, you got to follow up as well, and even after you've closed the products, you got to follow up as well. Follow up is a skill that is continuous, and it has to be picked up. Okay, a lot of my cases are closed during follow-ups, be it business cases or be it product cases. Okay, well, I do a lot of my product cases are done in the very early follow-ups, between the first and the third follow-up, but a lot of my business cases are done between the 5th and the 12th follow-ups. So I urge all of you, okay, to really look into that, and look into our actual videos or our actual recordings and teaching about follow-up. Okay, so have fun. Following up is actually fun. It's not as hard as you think it is. It's just a matter of getting used to. Okay, bye.